Alright, so we were talking about Gorbag today. We were going through some of the builds, trying to figure out what is the best R0 talent to take. We already know pretty much that the R5 is solid, right? Everything in the R5 is fantastic. You know, we want the middle of the R5, Watchman and Seer Fungal. We want a Rage. A Rage is freaking great damage. You know, we want the Grey Leader. We want Oakish Warlord. Those are always in the running. Okay, we're never not taking those. What we're talking about now is what to do about R0 once you're already, going along. Is it Interrogator or is it Old Orc? And people want to know, like, what is the best thing to do? Does Interrogator work? Is it a complete and utter meme? It's a meme most of the time. That's pretty much but it can work. But it's also a meme. So, yeah. It's like fantastic talents over here, really bad talent up here, and so-so in the middle. So basically, it's a round 3, right? It says round 2, it's not, it's round 3. It's going to proc on round 3. It's a damage debuff. It's a damage taken debuff. So think of it as being placed on the enemy. So he is putting a debuff on the enemy. They get increased damage taken for 1 round until they attack. This is a stun. It's a 2-person 100% chance stun. I think it's 100% chance. I could be wrong. I would have to reset and figure it out. Whatever. Regardless, though, it's a stun. A 2-person stun. It's gonna slap him. So in theory, you see that, you're like, oh wait, Interrogator and a stun. Hey, what do you know? Synergy. No, no, it's actually not synergy. So the problem is, this is round 3, and this one is round 4. This is round 3. The stun is round 4. So basically, what has to happen for these two to line up is round 3, he lays the debuff. Now round 4 comes around. 2 things have to happen around 4 for you to actually get the synergy to happen. The stun and the damage taken debuff gets used. 1, Gorbag has to stun the enemy before the enemy attacks. That's very crucial. The enemy cannot attack before Gorbag uses the stun. So Gorbag has to be faster than the enemy. And Gorbag is a slow mother effer. 2, your troops have to be slower than Gorbag. Okay. Yeah. So good luck with that. If you have fast troops, your enemies, your troops are gonna hit hit the enemy, and then he's gonna stun them, but they're not gonna have the interrogator bonus damage because they're not stunned before they get hit. They get hit and they get stunned. It's a whiff. So you're whiffing. There's 2 ways to really whiff it, and it's really, really easy to do that because what does the enemy usually run? They run cavalry. The best troops in the game are mounted units that have lots of speed, and you're running crappy old orcs with 1 mounted unit. The raiders, the wargs, they're not very, they're fast, but it's only 1 unit. And your T4s, like your warlords, are slow, so odds are you're not hitting this, and Gorbag's not doing this, and then so it's like, man, you need him to be fast, but it's like, you don't want him that fast because then you don't want your troops to hit before the stun comes out. It's tough, man. It really is tough. But I like the double stun, obviously, just in general. So in the game, there is an Aegis, right? An Aegis has rounds 1 through 4 stun immunity. So that's the only thing that really counters this. And then there's also more rare, very rare, the helmets that give you stun immunity per certain, like the Urukai. There's an Urukai helmet, and it will say every round, like 100% chance stun immunity or 70% chance. So that would, anti this, but that's very rare. Aegis is more common. Horseman's Helms is only 2 rounds, 2 round stun immunity, so that would not work here, and you'd still stun them. So you have a round 4 stun, and you have a round 8 stun. So it's pretty cool, because stuns are great, right? Like all the damage, like say you're getting hit for 7k, a hit every round per unit. You stun them 1 round and you save 14k damage on your troops. That's pretty good, man. Like that's just, you need to do that again. That's really nice. And it's not like a heal, but it's kind of like a heal because you're preventing the damage. Meanwhile, you have Old Orc, and just extra focus, because you're putting, you're using your mithril and you're getting more defense on your item, your gun glaive, and the gun glaive gives you more defense. So you're like, all right, one more focus. It's not a lot. The focus modifier is very low. You're not getting much focus, but every little bit helps. And then obviously you want the heal, but the heal can whiff, right? Because obviously you're running three troop comps, right? So 3 units. So it's like eeny, meeny, miny, moe, eeny, meeny, miny, moe. Which one are you gonna hit? You're gonna hit the one that needs the healing, or you're gonna hit the one that doesn't need the healing? Because if you don't, you gotta wait 3 more rounds and hopefully hit it again. Obviously the heal gets better as more rounds go on. As the whole match goes on, the healing gets better and better because you're taking more damage. But in general, it can whiff. The stuns, they don't whiff unless there's an item that counters it. Stuns are always there. It's a nice, safe security blanket. Meanwhile, you can hit your heal or you cannot hit your heal. Obviously you're not gonna take the tips. And up here though, you got laceration, which is a 3-round bleed, which is pretty cool as far as damage goes. And you know what's better than tooltips? Anything. Anything is better than tooltips. So point for point, it's still kind of tough because you're putting 15 points in Interrogator, right? 15 points is a lot of value you're wasting, but you've got better side points, side trees than Old Orc does. You really do. So there is that. So it really just comes down to what you want to do. PvE, PvP. Me personally, I'm taking the Interrogator, right? I'm taking the double stun. It's because you think about the double stun and you think about the heal. It's like double stun all day long. I want to stun things, and I am going to be running Madness Helm. The Madness will proc Interrogator 100% of the time, regardless of whatever, because it's only on the application of Madness, not Madness activating. If that makes sense. This is a 100% chance to apply the Madness, and all Interrogator says you have to do is you have to have them be subject to Madness, not like crazy. So as long as they're subject to it, that's what the initial proc of Madness is, makes them subject to it, you're good to go. Then you get, it lines up pretty well. Then all of a sudden now you have a round 3, 1 enemy for all of round 3, maybe a little round 4 sometimes. Regardless, they're taking more damage from all sources for 1 round, which is very nice. So let's say you hit say you hit Madness on a Spearman. Those Spearmen take a crap ton more damage from every single one of your troops. So they have a nice front line, and you hit the front line with Madness, all of a sudden you're melting them. So it's really, really quite good. And the extra HP on the Bone Mask pairs really well with all the defense you're getting from your gun. You get more value from HP, for defense, and more value from your defense the more HP you have. So those are just great combos. Great combos you want to think about. So yeah, guys, hopefully that I don't know. Some people had a lot of questions. I just thought I'd give it a shot at explaining some of it. Me personally, I'm going Interrogator. I'm going the stun, And I just downloaded this real quick just to try some things out when I was sweeping, just so I could see what was hitting first, what was hitting last, yada yada. Seeing how my speed was doing, and my troop speed were doing, and yeah, I whiffed pretty much every single time. So that was fun. It's a good time. But the Madness proc a Bone Mass really helps. And then once again, before I go, 15 points to fix something with an item is very bad. They need to rework this talent, man. I'm telling you, this talent's bad. Dude, it's so bad. It's only procs for 1 round. If this was an aura, maybe it'd be better, because then you could just constantly proc it over and over again. That'd be nice, right? If it was just an aura that permeated, or a debuff you put in the beginning to be cleansed, that'd be more fair. Because again, the stun is only proccing twice in a match, right? once on round 4 and once on round 8. You know, so that's it. So I think that'd be a better change if they were gonna change it. It would make him probably the best T1. Bad has if that happened. I think. Yeah, it would make him the best T1. It would put him really close up there with Grima. And yeah, I'm not the ultimate Gorbag extraordinaire, you know, 400 IQ 5-head guy, theory crafter. I just did some analysis and looked at it, and yeah, it looks pretty bad. So if I'm off or I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. If I'm missing something, let me know for sure. I want to learn and figure this out, same as everybody else. But I mean, man, it's. Oof. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right.